court.
I know. One thing puzzles me, though, Chief.
Yes, what's that?
How did Taylor find out these things about the other 3 jurors?
I'm almost certain he didn't.
What do you mean?
I think it was passed on to him by someone else.
You think he was just acting as a stooge for Stanley?
No, Stanley wouldn't have been smart enough to fix a jury either.
Then who was it?
I'm afraid I can't answer that. But I felt right along that Stanley had someone higher up behind him who was trying to save his neck.
How do you know?
Well, he's a professional killer. He commits murder for profit. Whoever his client was on this killing we tried him for could very easily be the one who helped him.
And also the one who dug up the past of the men you just talked to and bought them with it.
Yes?
Well, I should think he'd be as important in this thing as Stanley is.
He definitely is. However, we still have to learn his identity.
Hi, Chief.
Oh, come in, Harrington.
Right.
We've been trying to locate you.
How's down at headquarters?
We talked to those 3 jurors. All of them admitted finally that Taylor had influenced them to vote for acquittal after he had threatened to reveal some damaging fact in their past.
How do you like that?
It's okay.
I want you to get Taylor over here at once.
Well, there ain't much chance of that, Chief.
Why not?
His body was found about half an hour ago out in Fairview Park.
Oh.
And laying next to him was a cop with 2 bullets in his chest.
Mr. Butler.
Hi, Sam.
I've been waiting here most of the morning for you.
Why?
I run into a little screw-up.
What do you mean?
Can I talk to you?
Sure.
I took Taylor's body out to dump it last night, just like we planned.
Yeah?
I bring him to Fairview Park. Park the car, come out. Just as I'm planting them, there turns up a cop.
Oh, fine.
Throws one of them what's going on here routines at me.
Yeah?
While he's in the middle of it, I put 2 slugs in him.
That wasn't very smart.
What else could I do? Had a stiff with me, remember?
Shooting cops is bad business, Stanley. What'd you do with Taylor's body?
I dumped it beside the car.
Are you kidding?
No.
Oh, that's great.
Well, what do you mean?
Why don't you put a label on it?
I don't get it.
The DA is going to mildly suspect that you killed Taylor anyway. Just figured he'd never get any proof, that's all. Well, finding that cop beside him is something different. They'll turn the whole force loose on you, kid.
Oh, that's okay.
It ain't with me, Stanley. Get a piece of this thing, too.
What do you want I should do?
Well, you better go under.
Oh, now, look.
It's the only thing that totally heats off anyway.
I was just starting to operate.
You do like I say. You go under, and fast.
Where's the chief, Miss Miller?
Oh, he's been over at Taylor's office doing some sort of an investigation on him.
Well, what good does that do now?
Well, he believes that Taylor was acting for someone else when he fixed that jury.
Sure he was. For Stanley.
No, Harrington. The chief believes there's someone above Stanley.
Above? Who?
Well, that's what he's trying to find out.
Yeah, well, I hope he gets something.
Yeah. Any word on Stanley?
Not yet, but there's a pretty healthy search on for him.
Mm-hmm. How's the policeman?
The one who was shot?
Yeah.
I just checked City Hospital. Condition's about the same.
I see. Has he regained consciousness yet?
No.
Well, if he should die, then there's no way of proving that Stanley did the shooting.
That's right, unless we come up with some new evidence. Oh, hi, Chief.
Hello.
Oh, how'd you make out, Chief?
I think I found something.
Good.
Was this in Taylor's office?
Yeah.
Well, what is it, Chief?
Well, I did a pretty thorough check on his business affairs.
Yeah?
A representative of his bank worked with me.
Uh-huh.
I learned that he'd had a good deal of financial trouble lately. He owned several small enterprises, and they were all heavily mortgaged.
Yeah?
These mortgages were held by a man we're all familiar with.
Who's that?
Mr. Joe Butler.
What? The fixed guy, huh?
That's right.
How did Taylor get mixed up with him?
Joe Butler has many legitimate investments, and these were some of them.
Oh.
Just before the trial, these mortgages were canceled.
What you mean, called off?
Yes, and there's no record of Taylor having paid.
Well, That sounds like Butler made a deal with him.
Yes, Miss Miller, it certainly seems that way.
Well, that sure looks like the tie-in, all right.
Yeah. Oh, any word on Stanley?
No, not yet.
How is that cop?
He's still unconscious, Chief.
Are there any clues at all on the thing?
Just two, the bullets and some tire tracks that were found. Police lab is working on both of them.
I see.
What are you going to do on this Butler angle, Chief?
I intend to pay a call on him.
When?
Right now.
Sit down, Mr. Beery.
Thank you.
Ah, this is a real surprise.
Really?
Yeah. What's in your mind?
Murder.
Well, it's okay for openers. Got anybody in mind?
Now, this murder has already been committed.
Oh.
The body of a man named Taylor was found this morning out in Fairview Park.
How was it?
I believe he was a business acquaintance of yours.
Taylor?
Yes. You held several mortgages on some of his enterprise.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I remember the guy. I'm sorry to hear about that. How did it happen?
Well, we believe a man named Stanley was responsible.
Now, there's one I don't know.
Well, I think you do.
Another business acquaintance?
It could be. Stanley is a professional killer. Taylor served on a jury that just acquitted him of murder.
Why should he want to kill somebody who acquitted him?
Well, Taylor was bribed to swing that acquittal.
Oh.
It's my belief that the bribing was done by you.
Very funny.
I didn't intend it to be.
You know, you legal guys kill me.
How's that?
Everything with you is deduction, ain't it?
No, this is more than straight deduction.
You ain't have proof?
I will have.
How?
Whoever got rid of Taylor's body ran into a policeman in the park.
Yeah?
He shot the policeman.
No kidding.
But fortunately for us, he didn't die.
The cop?
That's right.
Well, that is a break.
He's in the city hospital right now, still unconscious.
Uh-huh.
When he comes around, he should have an interesting story to tell.
Yeah. I'd like to hear it.
You will.
Army. Oh? Yeah. For you.
Thank you. Hello? Oh, yes, Harrington. What's that? I see. Yes, fine. But I'm glad you called. Right. Goodbye. And that was another report on the officer who was shot. The doctors believe he'll be well enough to talk tomorrow.
Good.
I'll get in touch with you again after I've heard his report.
I'll be waiting to hear from you.
This is Ford. Thanks.
Calling Dr. Chantamino. Calling Dr. Chantamino. Dr. Chantamino. Report to emergency.
Okay, copper. This time it takes.
Put all those lights, Harrington.
Right, all right. Let me drop that. Let go of me. Now, drop it here. Yeah.
That's good work, Harrington. Put the cuffs on him.
Now, here is your district attorney.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think the first thing I should tell you is that Stanley was tried again on the charge of first-degree murder, and with the evidence we gathered, we made it stick this time, and he paid for his crimes in the electric chair.
Yeah, and that little visit was long overdue, Chief.
Yes, Harrington, it was.
Chief, I think you should tell the device you used to trap him.
Well, it was really a desperation measure. You see, the call I received from Harrington when I was in Butler's office was a report that the police officer had died. I knew that his death just about eliminated any real chance we might have to pin the murder on Stanley. Feeling that Butler was working with the killer and also knew his whereabouts, I trumped up the story that the policeman was recovering. I hoped this would goad them into getting rid of him before he could talk.
Which it did. We spent most of the day in that hospital room waiting for Stanley to show.
He didn't know that the body in the bed was a dummy.
Oh, with the lights out, he couldn't tell.
You forgot about Butler, Chief.
Oh, yes. Well, Mr. Butler has been sent to prison for a long term for his part in the affair. You see, Stanley thought Butler had double-crossed him with a hospital story, so he implicated him in the killing.
Well, that's what usually happens, isn't it, Chief, when thieves fall out?
Yes, it is. Thank you, and good night.
The names of all characters in tonight's dramatization are fictitious, and any resemblance to names of living persons or actual places is purely coincidental. Our stars were Jay Jostin in the title role, Len Doyle as Harrington, and Vicky Vola as Miss Miller. The music was under the direction of Peter Van Steeden, and the author was Jerry Devine.